right. Good. Well, I want to say morning, but not so much a morning. It's still morning. All right. So, and I made sure that I actually am live this time, which I am. Hang on, let me pause this one. All right. How's everybody doing this morning? So these guys are getting bigger, starting to get a little bit bigger. If you guys will excuse me, I'm eating cereal right now. Yes, while I'm streaming, I'm eating my breakfast. It's late. So that's why I just have the camera on the fish tank right now. But I'll put it back on me when I'm done eating my cereal. You don't want to see me eat cereal. Yeah, I just like eating on camera. That's all good. But what are you guys up to this morning? Anything new? So I'd say it's probably been about, I don't know, a month, maybe a month, maybe not quite a month. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but they're getting bigger slowly. It seems like it's like they got to a point and they're getting bigger slowly, but they're getting there. And so if you haven't seen, I'll just back this off here for a second. This is the 30 gallon. You can see the whole thing right there. All right. This is for the fish over there, actually. Garcia, what's up, man? How you doing? Mark, how's it going? Hope you guys are having a good Sunday today. Doing great in editing a new video. That's awesome. I want to get back into like video editing. I never really been in like deep with video editing, but I'd like to learn more. I've only really edited video before I say anything. It's always just been on my phone, so I've never been into video editing. I'm not gonna sit here and like, bullshit and everything, but I've just, I have a cool app on my phone, which a lot of you see if you like my videos that I've had in the past are all from InShot. It's the app for my phone. So, but it sucks because if you have one device, you can only use that app on that one device. Like you can't log in and use an account, at least not for that app, and it sucks. But I'm trying to find newer or better video editing. Use KindMaster SCC. Okay, KindMaster. I'm gonna look that one up for sure. But yeah, definitely gonna look that up. Let me write that down. Actually, I'm not kind of holding pens right here. Look at that. We have one open, so let me write that down. Let me write that down. KindMaster. So is it do you use like have like you have to have like a, and I'm pretty sure with any video editing, if you want to have the good version, you probably have to pay a little bit, which is, I mean, it's to be expected, right? That's the one I use, and you can see my videos, okay, yeah, I'll definitely check those out to, see how that is, and just to see your videos too, throw a bunch of likes on them and stuff, comments and likes and all that whatnot. Jeremy, what's up, man? How you doing? So I apologize, guys. I'm kind of eating cereal. That's why I have the camera on my tank and not me right now. I don't want to sit here and eat them. I've been busy this morning. I actually passed out in the living room last night, and I just stayed there, and I must have woke up at like 5 something this morning. That's the one I use. Okay, I read that part. You can do it on your phone and you can do it on your laptop. What? That's cool. $11.99 a month. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm gonna check that out for sure. Yeah, the key word you said was easy. So, and $11.99 a month. I mean, as long as you do video editing, that's worth it. Jeremy, doing good. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well, man. Hopefully you're, getting past all or getting through all the stuff that you went through. So, don't forget, Jeremy, you're the one that pushed me to do the Fish Fam Christmas. So I still plan to do that. I signed up, so I'm definitely going to do that. Which would be cool. I didn't do it before. I didn't do it last year. Year before, I didn't even really know too much about the Fish Fam like 2 years ago. So I haven't been in it for too long. No, I take it back. I remember it 2 years ago. So I was around. I found the Fish Fam more than 2 years ago. Let me do something right now here. Make sure I'm doing this. Let's see. Share screen. Entire screen. What's that called again? Let me look it up real quick. KindMaster. Okay. Ooh, I kind of like that one better. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't take. If this takes me out of my thing, people, I'll be back. Oh wait, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to open up another screen. Hopefully this works. KindMaster. Here it is. Let me get on my phone, see if you guys are seeing what I see. Seeing what I see. Or make sure I'm seeing what y'all see. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, English. Yeah, I gotta do English. I have no choice. Oh, this is as far as I can go, but I just wanted to check it out just to see. I'm definitely gonna get into that. So that's the one. Okay, YouTube. Gotcha. Good morning, Mom. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. And I'll check. Well, first check it out on YouTube too. All right, let me get rid of that. There we go. So these guys are getting a little bit bigger. Now eventually have to move the parents out of there. But again, I apologize. I'm eating cereal. So I don't want to have me on camera while I'm eating cereal and all that. But I don't know what else is going on. Anything new? Anybody got any exciting plans going on for the rest of the weekend? Scotty, what's up? Oh, I'm sure I like it for sure. So what's funny is you see this fish over here, this one. Ever since I put it in this tank, it lost its electric blue, and it's like its face is darker, and it just stayed like that. Ever since I put it in this tank with the other one, it's like, I'm sure that means something about parenting or something. I don't know with these fish. You got me. So it's just, I don't know. I'm assuming because it's smaller that's the female. All right, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. All right, let me get rid of that. It's 3:12 Monday. It is. And here I am at work. Damn, 3:12 in the morning, huh? Oof. All the way over in Australia, right? Pretty sure you said you were Australia. In Australia. Wonder if this thing's still freezing up. If it does, I just don't know. I don't know why it does it, but it's all good. Anyway, only thing I got coming up in a few is a new fish room. Well, hopefully in January. Okay, well that's cool. Hopefully once you get it all done, you can you know, I don't know if you do videos at all, like you do any kind of like putting anything like showing people your tanks or anything like that, Jeremy? In fact, that's a dumb question. So your YouTube name is what it says right there, and you're one of the several, I want to say few, but the several people. It's like um I have to go under my, just to go to your page or something, I have to go to like all my channels. And scroll down and find you. Literally a million, it feels like. Yeah. But it's, house needs to get to a million, but yeah. Um like you have one of the names where it's like you search for on YouTube, and it's like a whole bunch, there's several. And I know you're under the, like the subs list on my like on my phone, but I have to go search through. So it's hard. Like a lot of, like New Local Austin, he's another one. Like it comes up with like Austin news. I can. It's like hard to get to his page if I ever wanted to. I remember that. Oh, okay. Funding is what's messing with me on the house. You need to be sitting down $1 million to get damn conventional loan. Jeez. Okay, so I was taking your last thing as, I thought you meant you did like literally, like you felt like you literally did a million videos, but you don't make content. Okay, I got you. I got you. Well, I mean, if you ever do, well, I'll be happy to see your, your fish room or your tanks or something sometime. So I remember when I first started putting my tanks up, started with a few, like pretty much everybody. sure nobody goes in and does like 6, you know, like right off the bat. But yeah, I started out with like a 10 and a 20, right? I replaced it with a 20. And then I bought a 30, one like this one, which probably was this. No, I take it back to 20. And then I went to a 65, which my flower horn is in right now. The 65 tall. In the new fish room, next time I want to host a club meet as well. Well, that'd be cool. See, I wouldn't mind doing something like that around here. A club meet. I can't find them. There literally is none in my immediate area for club meets. You know, is it just me, or does anybody else here, like when you're out just in real life, you know, and you're out there, does, you know, and you happen to have strike up, somehow the conversation of aquariums comes in, which is not that common. I mean, at work it is. People ask me, or how's your, you know, how your tank's doing, stuff like that. And that's a perfect example, actually. And you know, I could sit here and talk about it, but I know that after a while, if they're not into it, they don't have interest. So you just kind of got to drop the conversation, because they won't even be listening anymore. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to something else anyway. So I would rather start talking about something else anyway than someone just, you know, totally ignoring me. But when they see stuff like this, they're like, oh, that's cool. You know, like with the baby fish and all that. That's cool. That's cool. All right, let me get this camera back here. Extra cameras. All right, here we go. Here we go. Done eating my cereal. So, what's up? I don't know if this thing will stretch over. I don't think this thing will reach that far. Hang on a second. I got a microphone in the way. Now, this cord's not very long, but I'm just trying to. Can't see. You can see. So, right now, there's just. I got baby Oscar over there. Not baby anymore. It's growing. It's just juvenile still, but it's. I had to put that 20 up right there next to that bookshelf, because he was starting to, or it was starting to mess with the angelfish in the 55, which is, I don't have the light on, but it's right over there. Okay. So that's why he's, I'm gonna say it's a he, but he's growing, getting bigger, and eventually he's gonna go in the 150. Let's see here. Let me do something real quick. Does that sound? Is that loud? I'll put it like about there. Just to get some background music in here. That's all. Let me turn it up. See. I'll put it like about there. I'll turn it down a little bit. I can hear it on my phone, so it's kind of loud. Get some background music in here. That's all. Let me turn it up. See. Kind of loud. There. I'll turn it down a little bit. I can hear it on my phone, so it's kind of loud. Kind of loud there. I'll turn it down a little bit. Well, that's touchy. That is touchy. Not too loud. How's it now? I turned it down like pretty low. Pretty low. But yeah, what I was talking about is for like fish meeting or groups or whatever, just to have, unless you go to the big events like that are not even, none are in my area. Um, I can't find any. There's literally none. Let's see here. Let me do this again. Slides, stop camera, video file, share screen. Okay, bring up another one. There's another one. Let me get rid of this. If I type in fish, fish, what do you, let me see here. Let me say fish, host a club meet. Yeah, James River is not too far. I wanted one like in my immediate, because where I live, okay, we have a lot of bridge tunnels. They're bridges and then they're tunnels that go under the water and then come back up to bridges again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got like roughly 6 of them in my area, bridge tunnels. And I like to avoid those because a lot of times they get traffic build up and you could like be at a dead stop. Bridge tunnels, man, I'll tell you what. That's as deep. That's as deep as in Virginia you'll go. I'm in the very bottom, bottom corner. Let's see what that's. Fish. I'll just type in Virginia Beach. Fish clubs. Let's see. You got Virginia Coastal. That's Fly Anglers Club. I don't even know what that is. One review, so you know that it's fishing. It's like it's all fishing. It's not like you know, Virginia Saltwater Angeling Clubs. What's Anglers Club? I don't know what that is. I do need to start a VA, Virginia Beach Fish Club. I do. That's no lie. Let's see what this is. This is probably like for Virginia Coastal Fly Anglers. Is it Anglers Club? Am I not saying that right? So if I zoom out, you understand, like you can see this is Virginia. This is Virginia, this whole state right here. I am on this very bottom corner. So we got Jungle Aquatics, which is a local favorite fish store. Right. Okay, so this is kind of way up here, but because I'm like more so down here in this area. Let's see what this is. All right, so that's been brought up. Let's see if there's a website on here. I don't know, but we'll find out. Virginia Coastal Fly Anglers Club. I don't see a website. I want to get to Virginia one day, mainly the Shenandoah Valley for the Civil War battlefield. Yeah, I know someone who does. Well, I haven't seen him in a while, but like it's been years. But he does. He said back then, at least he did reenactments of the Civil War. So that seems pretty cool. Website though, it's like right there, right in front of me. Okay, so oh, this is for fishing. See, right off the bat. I don't feel like being in an actual fishing club. And now they're just showing like like fish restaurants and stuff. Even though there is a good one somewhere around here. There's a good one though. Now I'm just kind of okay. So just so you guys have an idea, where how many fish stores. Okay, so you got to get an idea. Like this is what it looks like. Okay, so this area right here. If you don't know, I'm gonna do a little history lesson here. Okay, see this light part, which really, I mean, just that's just the don't just ignore that light part. So this, you got. Let me get rid of this. Can I get rid of this part? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. Let me type in fish stores, aquarium stores. That's better. And yeah, it also put like Petco and stuff in there, but I can't minimize that. So this map here, you can see where Virginia Beach is at. Virginia Beach is actually a town that goes, it's like roughly here. Can you see? I don't know. Do you guys see the cursor on there? Or is that just, you don't see the cursor? Oh, you do? Okay, never mind. You do. That's cool. So this is, again, this is Virginia, all this glorious state right here. And all this stuff here is, they call this area right here Hampton Roads. Okay, this is Hampton Roads. Just a little history lesson. I can get pretty in depth with this. So here's the capital, Richmond, Virginia. I'm about 100 miles, 100 and some miles. Coming down 64. And 64 runs all the way out here, out all the way towards like Illinois, through Lexington, Kentucky. But where I'm at, 64, it goes around, it loops back around, and that's pretty much the end of it. But anyway, you got DC, Washington, D.C., and I'm about 3 and some hour and a half, 3 and whatever hours. Now, when I went to the Clash, we're here, we took this route all the way up to the coast. So I bypassed DC and went to, where was the Clash at? Clash was roughly up in Pennsylvania. I mean, I have to zoom well, like right around here, wherever Morgantown is, somewhere in here, right? So that's the way I took all the way back down to here, because driving through DC can be a pain in the butt. So anyway, back to my region. They call this Hampton Roads. Okay, the 7 cities, whatever you want to call it, because you got Norfolk. Actually, let me get rid of all this stuff here. Let me do it still has aquariums. I don't want aquarium stores. I just want to blank that out. Anyway, whatever. Let's do this. Hampton Roads. There we go. You took all that stuff off of it. It's still there. Okay, it's everything about Hampton Roads, basically. But whatever. Okay, so you got Newport News, right here. You got Yorktown, which is somewhere in here. Hampton, which is right here. So we got, I'll get to that in a second. You got Norfolk, which is the world's largest Navy base, is right here. You have Virginia Beach, which stretches all the way down to the border of North Carolina, about like this. Virginia Beach, the city of Virginia Beach. And then Chesapeake is about, goes around about right here. And then within the towns, you got little sections of towns with names. And then you got Suffolk way out here. So that's why this is called the Seven Cities. Oh, Portsmouth, obviously, right here, Portsmouth. So there's 7 cities. I don't know if I mentioned 7, but there's 7. They call it, there's another nickname is the 7 cities. Or when they say Hampton Roads, they're not referring to the actual roads. They refer to the riverways, the channels. That's the Hampton Roads. Okay, so, and this is very, this area is very heavy on industry, like where ships come in through the Atlantic, way out here. They can come in. They can either go up the York River. This is the James River right here. James River. So if you look at all these right here, okay, these are bridges, but they're also tunnels. All right, this one here is the longest one, about a 14-mile stretch. 14 miles, okay? 14-mile bridge, and there's 2 tunnels within it, right? What if I can go to satellite view on this thing? Nah, I'm not going to worry about it. So, and then this one is called the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. It goes from the top part of Norfolk, goes all the way in, it goes into Hampton. A lot of times this will be red, meaning it's backed up. You know, glass box swimmers, good morning, how are you? So that's this tunnel, and then you have the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel, and you got the James River Bridge Tunnel. All right, so it's 4 bridge tunnels. 4 bridge tunnels that go under the water to the bed of the, probably all the way down to the bed of the bay. And then you got this tunnel. I don't know which one this is. I've never been over that one. You got downtown Norfolk. Okay, so you got the Midtown. Or is this downtown tunnel? Hang on. This is the Midtown Tunnel. And you got downtown tunnel. There's a lot. That's what I'm saying. I'm just showing you. There is the downtown tunnel. So they all the reason why is because all these are so, like, you know, military, civilian, so many ships that go all throughout this, and it's just insane. Silver Creek, what's up, man? How you doing? So another little history lesson here. The wife's doing a report on this. We actually went up to the museum for this. So the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel, okay. Let me zoom in and see if it has the name of it on it. Hampton Roads Beltway. Okay, well, this is called the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel. All right. Back in Civil War, there was a USS Monitor and the USS Merrimack. The Merrimack was in the old Gosport shipyard, which is now Naval Station, or not Naval Station, Norfolk shipyard, which is in this area. The Confederacy burnt down or just tried to destroy the shipyard, Gosport shipyard, and the USS Merrimack they retrieved it and converted it to the CSS Virginia, and they put an iron superstructure on it, 4-inch thick iron. And so the North decided to take the USS Monitor, one of their Navy ships, and put a type of iron type of superstructure-ish, because it was more of a flat. The deck was iron, and then there's a superstructure, which was a gun turret that they had a battle literally right in this area right here, back in 1862. Neither ship sank each other because that's where they came up with the ironclads. That right there was the reason why. That was a turning point in history for the ships that were battling as like wooden ships, where they eventually got away from wooden structured ships eventually and went with, well, iron. Now the ships are made out of steel. What's up, fish? And they're not 4-inch thick steel. It's like, I think, like more like a 1/4 inch or something like that, if I remember right, or an 1/8 inch, whatever. Probably a 1/4, safe side. So they were literally battling out here. And whenever the USS or the CSS Virginia, used to be the USS Merrimack, came in here, it saw a whole bunch of Navy ships. They used to be docked up here and just around, and it came in and just started destroying all these Navy USS like northern ships. Just this metal thing that I'd never seen before is coming and starts blowing the crap out of these ships. And then eventually the Monitor, USS Monitor, showed up, and its gun turret was a continuous turning gun turret. It was like a flat ship, and the only thing that stuck up was a cylinder-looking turret, and it kept turning, and it would not stop turning. It turned slow enough so the gunners in there could shoot at the ship. And that kind of disoriented them inside. They didn't know which way was north, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they got some hits on the CSS Virginia, but they didn't sink each other. It wasn't until, I don't remember which one it was. The Merrimack, I think, was off of Cape Hatteras, which was down here, somewhere down here. No, I'm not saying Cape Hatteras. Oh my God. Not Cape Hatteras. I'm way off on that one. I'm sorry. That's probably not even down here. I can't remember the body of water that it was in. It got sank by heavy storms, actually. So anyway, they named this bridge the Monitor Merrimack. And it's kind of a big thing, if you know, historically speaking, in this area. And there was another little battle called Battle of Sewell's Point, which is right here. It was a really quick battle from what I remember reading about, not from what I remember. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of history, and it was pretty interesting to actually learn all that. So yeah, that's this area. Basically, this is Hampton Roads. And I'm more over in Virginia Beach area, but I travel all through here a lot. Just, I haven't really gone so much down towards it's been a while since I've been in North Carolina, the border. But yeah, it gets pretty swampy down here. I think the furthest I've ever been down was probably, you could take 168 down to Moyock. Moyock's like the first town you come into from there. And you could think the first I've been down was Currituck, down in North Carolina. I've been to Elizabeth City, which is down somewhere here, somewhere down in North Carolina. It's been, right there. That's Elizabeth City. It's been a few years, several years since I've been down there, but I like this area. There's a lot there's things to do. You got the beach. But anyway, folks, that's just a little lesson in that. And that's my corner of the United States. Right there. One thing I didn't realize though, the very bottom of Virginia goes parallel, like literally is the top of Texas. That's how low Virginia is. Literally, it meets the top of Texas, which is kind of crazy to think about. Because I always pictured like Texas way down there, but it's really you could, if you were to drive this whole line straight, you would get the very top corner of Texas right there. Because, Virginia was the South, or it's considered the South. But yeah, I'm still a good 12, 13-hour drive from like Jacksonville, Florida, up down 95. Yep. Here's Florida. Good old Florida. And if we go over to where Mark is at, I took the quicker route. Here you go, man. I don't know where you're at there, but it's all you, man. I've been there. I've been to, let's see, back in the day, where did I go? I went to where is, I don't see it. Give me a second. Right there. Let me back off so y'all can see where I'm at. Perth, Australia. I've been there. My first place I ever been to. Oh, you're in Melbourne? Okay, cool. I've been to Melbourne once. I vaguely remember it. So the very first place I went to was Albany, Australia, and first time I went to Australia. And it was so much fun. Of course, I was like 19 years old. I know it's somewhere over here on the west side. But man, we went to Fremantle, Perth. Tell you what, I had a lot of fun there. Lots and lots of fun. And then when we back out, Melbourne, went there once. I vaguely remember it. It's been like for a couple days, and then of course I went to Sydney. I've been to Sydney. Where's that at? Right there. Sydney. I've been to Sydney like 4 times, and I remember exactly where the actual ships, like, because I was in, it was back in my Navy days. So, let's see. There's the Opera House, and here's the bay, like the piers. Yeah, that's where we were at. And I walked all this, like downtown, wherever that's at. It's just this whole thing, I guess. It was a great time. I mean, went out to Coogee Bay, which is somewhere, out here, I'm guessing? Coogee Beach, right here. That was the first time I went there. I went out there. Scotland, Ireland, Japan. Yeah, I've been to Japan once. My wife's been there like so many times when she used to be in the Navy back in the day. So I'm missing somewhere. But that's pretty much all the places I've been to in Australia. And something that just blows my mind about Australia is the fact that I think you guys have about 18 to 25 million people in Australia, roughly. And pretty much it's this. However, really wish I could go to a satellite view. However, within here, you definitely have some towns and stuff. But, dude, this is just like definitely nowhere to screw around with if you get stuck out here. Hundreds of miles from anything. That's definitely not a place to mess around with in here. Because I've seen what kind of crazy creatures y'all got. King's Cross. Yes, I did go to King's Cross. Funny story about King's Cross. You know, I was Navy, so yeah, of course we walked out there. We walked to King's Cross. Let me zoom back in. King's Cross. I haven't heard that in a while. Where are we at here? Is this it? I think this is the area right here. If I'm right, this should be King's Cross area right here. The Dead Heart, okay. The middle of it. And y'all got some crazy animals out there. I just holy crap, you got some crazy animals. So yeah, King's Cross. I've been there a couple times. me and one of my friends off the ship went out. We just walked around, and this is back in, oh my god, 2000. This time was 2004, and I think that was my last trip there. Actually, it was 2004, and we went to a club. I was what? Let's see, I was 21 in '98. So 6 years, 27-ish, something like that, 26, I don't know. And he, like, the day before I hung out with him at these places, he met this lady and then this girl, whatever. And then I met her friend. And, and then like the driving's on the other side, right? It's like you guys drive on the right side of the car, on the left side of the road. So she lets him, like, this dude's like who I'm with, like, we're from the States, so yeah, we drive on the left side of the car, right side of the road. She lets him drive. And I'm just like, this is not a good idea, dude. And he gets in and he takes a left turn. And for us, we take our left turns like at major intersections or intersections, period. You're on the right side and you have to cut across the traffic going the other way. Well, when you take we take our sharp right turns. So he took a sharp left turn onto another street, and he like totally bumped, like, this car is just a little tiny car. I'm surprised I could fit in the back seat. And he totally like hit that curb and just tore like a big old gash in the side of her like lower part of the car right there. And as soon as he hits, he's like, "I'm good, I got it." And I'm like, "Dude, you don't got it. Pull over." Into a gas station, it's all like just big old hole in it. And I'm just like, "Oh, geez, man." But yeah, I was like, don't let him drive your car. So, but anyway, back to King's Cross. That's where we met them at, and they were just normal chicks. Okay, they weren't like, prostitutes or anything like that. Of course, and for the United States, like, if for any of us that go over to Australia, like from the States, if you're from the States and you have to pick up a prostitute in Australia, that's pretty bad. you know. Um, but the last time I was at King's Cross, um, like, again, I was like I was like probably 25, something like that. Where I was just having a good time. Buddy of mine's like, "Man, I'm gonna get my tongue pierced." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, there's a thing down here. I'm gonna get my tongue pierced." I was like, "Why?" It's like, just because I guess this is back when like dudes had their tongue pierced or whatever. I don't know. And it looked like this guy looked like Santa Claus, like tongue pierced his tongue. It was funny. And so, sorry guys. And here I'm just like probably drunk, And I was like, "Yeah, let me do it too." I get my tongue pierced. We came back. I was home ported in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii at the time. So we came back off. That was our last stop on deployment, right? So we get back, and this is turning into a sea story, I guess. So we get back, and like I get back to my little shitty apartment, my very first apartment, and because I was already like married once before out there, and that was dissolved and everything. Still had that little apartment, and I'm just sitting there at my apartment, at my house. I'm like, this sucks. Like, it kept overnight, the top part of it would heal on my tongue, and I'd like, pop it back out, break the skin. After a couple weeks, I'm like, I'm done. Like I just took it out, threw it out. I was like, that was stupid. So, yeah, I was like, that was dumb. But that was the last time I've been to Sydney. Sydney was, man, I'll tell you what, just the fact, if so Silver Creek, if you go there, you'll have to take, like, just to see stuff. I mean, I learned that there's a game. What is it? A game called, what's that game called? Oh my God, what's that game called? It's been years. I was in downtown Sydney, like a mall or something. And what's a game that's like something head, something up, something, I can't remember. Oh my God, it's been so long. 2 Up. Is it 2 Up? Yeah, that's it. 2 Up. I totally forgot what that game was, but I just remember there's a game, and I guess it's called 2 Up. But I remember walking by some stores in the mall and seeing the mannequins. They like had like the rugby suits on, and like the is there one called Aussie Rules? Like, is it like the same type of sport basically, or am I saying that wrong? But it was a hell of an experience. I'll tell you that. And this was like Australia, like, because when I was deployed, let me see if I can zoom out further. Well, let me zoom out. Okay, let me get rid of the let me see if it'll let me zoom out. No, get rid of that. I'll just put Earth. see what happens. See if it lets me zoom out the whole. Okay, this will work. All right, so when we went on a Western, they call it Westpac, Western Pacific deployment. Anybody over in the west side of the United States or here, like we went, like I was stationed here. My first 2 duty stations. Not complaining. Here's state of Hawaii. Okay, zoom into Oahu. This is like the main kind of busiest island is Oahu. Like here's all the islands. You got the big island with the volcano, Hilo, Kona. Oahu is the main island, okay, of like the population basically. All right, you got Kauai, which is right here. There's some people there. You got Lanai. It's been so long since I've been there. Maui. This one's Maui. Yeah, it's Maui. So I used to go plane hopping once in a while, or not plane hopping, but our ship would go from a cruise for the weekend to Maui, or we went there back in the day, or we've also been here. So it's cool. Anyway, so this is Oahu. You zoom in, okay. This is Pearl Harbor. All right. There's Ford Island where they used to have, the base used to really kind of be at. You can still see bullet holes. There's Hilo Towers buildings. You can still see bullet holes in from the Pearl Harbor attack, like in buildings around there. And like, this is literally where the battleship, or the sank. What was it? The Missouri is there now. Arizona sank, and other ships sank too. But we were over here for our ships are in this area. So, and my first apartment, I lived up, what is that, H3, Highway 3. There's H1, H2, and H3. Marine base right here, Marine Corps base. I lived, like, my first apartment was a really shitty apartment, and it was right in here, but it had the best view. The best view. Rugby league is big in Sydney. Aussie rules football is bigger in the southern states. Okay. Watch out for planes with the red meatballs on them. What? kind of meat is that? If it's red, is that what you're saying? Like, watch out for the. See me looking down. My phone's right here, so that's why I'm looking. Because all I see is just the one screen. Um, so this is Kaneohe, which is very beautiful. And if you guys ever see the North Shore, like the surf competitions, it's like up in this area right here. Or it's been so long since I've been there. So anyway, we would do if we deployed, Australia was used to be like, deployed anywhere over in this area or over in this fun area called the Middle East, which was not really that fun. And the main play, if you ever for some reason go to the Middle East to visit, which you don't really hear that much, but the place to go is Dubai, and that is, where's Dubai? I just saw it right here. Dubai. This is the place that had the world's tallest building. I'm trying to find but anyway, that's this place right here. Yeah, it's going through this channel is pretty scary though, because Iran's right here. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that stuff. So anyway, on our deployments, right? Oh, at Pearl Harbor, watch out for planes with the red meat. I don't know. It's been a while since I rode on a plane from Pearl. Unless I'm getting your comments mixed up. I probably am, dude. I'm sorry. So yeah, anyway, on our way back from deployment, it used to be, I don't know if ships still do it, we would hit up Australia as kind of like great job type of thing and have some good time off here. Never been to New Zealand though. It'd be kind of cool. I think it would be neat to go to there. I've been to Fiji once. For a day, we were at an ambassador's house and they had a barbecue. That was pretty much it, just to get off the ship. So, yeah, that's it. I heard Israel's pretty, like tropical beach area. Let's see. Cadere, Italy, or I'm like Italy. But if y'all ever get a chance to see something historical, yes, you can see me going into Rome right here. It's like you walk around the town and it's just nothing but old buildings mixed with new buildings, and it's just so much walking. It's insane. Um, and I'm not Catholic, but just seeing the historical, like St. Peter's Square, where the Pope is at, it's just really interesting. And we went up to the Coliseum, but I didn't go in it because there was a long line. So, but we did go to I did go to let's see, I didn't go to Naples. I've been to Naples, Florida, but not Naples, Italy. No, I take it back. I've been to Naples, Italy, and it wasn't one of my favorite places because it was just kind of yeah, it was just kind of like not a good area. Anyway, where is Pompeii? It's down here somewhere. I took a train there once. I have changed planes there on my way to Europe. Oh, okay. Where you been to Europe at? Where'd you go to Europe, man? I've been in a few places there. Of course, Rota is a big Navy base. I've been through Straits of Gibraltar. Like I said, there, Sicily. It's cool, like taking your ship through this little channel right here. I've been there down here a few times. And it's like you could see both sides. Obviously, it's like the tip of Italy and Sicily. You could see. We transited down this way, and it was cool. Oh, how about your trip to South America and Easter Island? That was pretty interesting. All right, so back to the west. All right, so I was stationed out here still, and we took a ship over to San Diego, California. Stopped there for a little bit because there's a Navy base there in this area. So don't ever go here, Tijuana. It's not, if you ever make life decisions, like bad ones, don't make this one of your bad life decisions right here. And another horrible place to go to, it was kind of fun, but it's not a good idea, is Juarez. Don't go there. That's pretty bad. That's the type of places where like a 40-year-old man can be kidnapped and his organs sold on the black market type of place. So anyway, San Diego, we went there, and then we transited our way down the coast. Yeah, we called that our drug ops back in 1999. It was kind of fun. Went down here. Where is... Oh, this is that big peninsula. Never mind. Oh, another year I went here. Where's Cabo? Cabo San Lucas. This was a different deployment. This wasn't the 1999 deployment. Cabo, somewhere. It was fun. I can always get back to that one at a different time. So where's that town? Acapulco, right here. It was hot, very hot. It was one of those days like if you were to take a shower and step outside, you start sweating automatically. So very humid, very hot, and I did a lot of walking around in jeans and button-up shirt. So Acapulco, it was fun. Remember a little bit of it. We were there for about several days, like probably 4 or 5 days, and then worked our way down. Worked our way down to Panama. I didn't go through the Panama Canal, but I went to Balboa, which is somewhere in here, and I was literally there for like 2 nights, or a night I went out. I don't remember it too much. I remember walking around, I remember being in a bar, and that was pretty much it. And then we worked our way down here. Meanwhile, this is a drug ops, like just out transiting, making sure people didn't smuggle illegal drugs. And I've been to Ecuador, which was kind of the same, but it was really cool. And I tried the beer food, and I was like 19 again, 20, something like that. So yeah, there was a lot of women down there who wanted to talk to us, so whether it was for good or bad reasons. So Ecuador, and there went to Peru, Lima, Peru. Wherever Lima's at. Had a good time there. Sure did. Went down into Chile. All right. Antofagasta. That was our first stop. Been there. It was pretty interesting. partied it up, and had some good food. Where's that other Valparaiso? Wherever Valparaiso Chili is, it's down here somewhere. Vina Del Mar sounds familiar. He was in the brig. I wasn't in the brig. I never got caught. So anyway, so that we were there, okay. So that was cool. If I could zoom out, I can't. Well, okay, so Hawaii, California, worked our way down the coast, and then we were supposed to go to. I remember this. This is back again in 1999. They called it Teamwork South. That was the name of the deployment. Where's that island? That's where Bora Bora is at? I never knew that. South Pacific. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to. So we were supposed to go to another island, but we had to stop in Easter Island, and it was cool. What's this? That's the. Let me just type in Easter Island. Easter Island had a total of, I think, 3,000 people. Little tiny place way out here. We went there. And I don't remember what part of the island our ship went to, but we were in Easter Island. There's roughly 3,000 people. Now, can you imagine if an aircraft carrier went to Easter Island? They have twice as many, the population back then, of what that island was. So they would have just completely just used up every consumable item, whatever, and just so an aircraft carrier could never pull into this island, at least back then. So an interesting thing was something I brought back from there, which I think I showed y'all on here before. From Easter Island, I brought this back. This is one of the statues of the stone heads. It just sits right on it. I got this from a vendor out there who was selling them. This is one of the smaller ones. Not the smallest, but they had bigger ones too, like you could buy. But it was funny because you could let me go back to this one. You could remove. We'll go back to me. You could rent a horse back then. We rented a horse for $25. This is in Easter Island. If we told them we never rode a horse before, they would teach you how to get on the horse, how to make it go, how to make it stop. And that is it. And they let you have the horse for 24 hours, and there was no guide with you or nothing. So that was crazy. People took their horses kind of in different parts of the island, and this is back in 1999. So I remember when I got on the horse, I kind of kicked my heels inside. It took off, and I literally thought I was going to fall off it because it was going so fast down the main street. What's funny was when I took the horse back the next day, or it was probably that late that evening, the next morning I got up and we went to this outside, and I saw that I swear it was the same horse. Someone else from my ship rented that horse and did the same thing, and they almost fell off. That same exact. It was like, man. So that was interesting. That was pretty much that trip. Oh, I got so many more. What? Excuse me. All right, let me get up to this chat here real quick for a moment. 2010. Let's see. Change planes. How about trip to? Okay, I just South America. Yeah, wife mentioned me and took every museum and historical site in Rome. Okay, so you went to nearly Naples, a small town called. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, so Rome. Yeah, I didn't go to a lot of museums out there, but we went to, you know, we stayed in a actual. Our ship pulled into Gaeta. No, it's like a little. It's a train ride to get to Rome. So when I had a hotel out there, you wouldn't think there's the best Western in the middle of Rome, but there is, and it had like a music theme to it. It was really weird. You walk in, there was like a neon kind of lights, like a drum looking neon light and a guitar. It was just that's you wouldn't think of that in Rome, but that's what the hotel was. It was the best Western. I'm like, oh, it was clean. It was nice. I was like, okay. Um, and you walk outside and you're just like in the area kind of, but we about 6 blocks from St. Peter's Square. So yeah, it's like you could go through the museum at St. in like the St. Peter's Square area, like in the museum and take pictures. But as soon as you get to the Sistine Chapel room, is that the name of it? Yeah, you cannot take any pictures whatsoever. You can't take pictures of the ceiling. But along the route to that room, you run into the Last Supper room. It's dark in there, and there's behind the glass. There's this huge. The Last Supper painting is huge, right? It's just like along this whole wall. It's big, but you could take pictures as long as you didn't use flash. I didn't care. Okay. Hey Eduardo, what's up, man? Hey, appreciate it. Just up. Oh wait, I'm like reading my phone down here, but you're up here. Just stopped in and hit the. Well, I appreciate that, Eduardo. Thank you, and hope you had a good birthday. So yeah, man, like Rome, it's like and everywhere, like everywhere you walk down there, it's like the building. It's just old, mixed with new, and we get to around the corner, and we just so many little historical spots. So we went to the Pantheon. It's not the Parthenon. That's in Greece. One of them is Greece, but some really old looking church. And we walked out to a courtyard area. It was huge, where they had like, and this was like the stereotypical Italy thing you would think of, and and it's all these like little restaurant type cafes, and you're sitting outside, and and there's like they had the accordion going on, and like the little paint people are out in the middle like selling their paintings, and probably they're drinking wine and eating cheese, and it was that whole thing. And the only thing I didn't see was a mime, and like, or is that French? That's France. I don't know. Anyway, but whatever. But yeah, man, it was really cool. And then like we took the train. We did go to Pompeii. We went to the old part of Pompeii, and man, you could so twist your ankle walking down those brick roads. It's it's crazy. And then it was really eerie though. You go into Pompeii and you go in like in the old area, and you go into this like pyramid type of room that was a circular cone shape. Cone shape, that's what it is. A round pyramid, a cone shape. Um, you're walking around the outside of, or the inside, but the outside, the wall of it, right? And you're looking you're looking into the center of it, and they have these, and I guess they were the actual people displayed in the position they died in from the volcanic ash. Like you could see it was broken away on some of their faces. You could see the teeth and the skull. You even had like some mother was holding her baby and died like that in that position, in the fetal position. I think I saw a dog. It was really eerie that they put it for display, that we saw it. But it's just, I saw maybe 5% of the old town. There's so much of it. Like it's just so much to walk through and so much to see, that it is definitely somewhere you could go back and see more of it. And you saw walk through the old town, you can see the old Coliseum, like the old, where they had the stadium like for plays and stuff that they did outside. Yeah. Yep. Let's go back about your Naples. Like I said, I've been in Naples. I didn't look too much around Naples because it just seemed like it was, at least from what I seen, I didn't give it a chance. But anyway, getting a collect call. I'm kind of back on the chat, which I never am behind on chat. I called, yes. Where was I? Was in South America, and I collect called you, my parents, at like probably 2 in the morning, same time zone. No, you were like, I think a couple hours ahead of me, and I was drunk, and I collect call all the way from South America. I don't know if you accepted it. I can't remember, but I don't know why I collect called. I didn't have a calling card. I guess it's back in 1999 where we didn't have cell phones really to use, and obviously there was no Wi-Fi. So yeah, I don't know why I collect called, but I did. Easter Island I talked about. Um, let's see. Let me scroll down here. Okay, you guys had questions about cichlids. Big shrimping. What's going on? You accepted the collect call. I would have understood if you didn't, or you could be like, "I'm not collecting," or I don't know. It's weird. But I think I mentioned this on an old stream, but I don't know if this is like a while back. But I think probably one of the most interesting places I went to was, I gotta keep on the time, was Egypt. We went, ship pulled into Alexandria. We took a 3 hour bus ride. They set it up for us. Took a 3 hour bus, about 3 hours down to Giza. I remember I passed out on the bus. I woke up, and in the background, I just see like the pyramids out there. Kind of they look close, but they were still kind of far, sort of. And so the tour bus pulled up, and you don't think, when you think of the picture of pyramids and like just the area, you don't think of tourists, but there's a lot of tourists around there. They have a whole parking lot area where like buses pull in. They just don't like just really show that on, I guess, TV or something. But before we got on the bus, this is back when I had like my disposable cameras. Okay, this is probably about 2008, something like that. And a person came on the bus asking, "Hey, you guys want to? If you want to pay an extra $15, take a tour inside one, like the middle pyramid, like then you can do that." Hang on a second. So, so there was some people being cheap. It's like, dude, you're here at the pyramids, pay the $15 and go in it. Go in the pyramid, right? So, um, I paid the 15 extra dollars, got to go in the pyramid. Of course, that could have been somebody just trying to steal our money. If maybe the tour was part of inside anyway, we wouldn't know, right? It was $15, so we're walking in. You had to duck down. It was like there was like a wooden walkway and a doorway. You had to crouch down when you walked through, and there was like a wooden handrail on the wall, and it opened up into this big room, and you could see the stone like coffin over there. The lid was off; it was empty. But you look around the walls, you could see like the years that people put years, like 18 something. And I tell you what, it was completely swept out. Like you could not pick up anything. They swept this place out pretty good from what I remember. And I was like, dang, I want something from here. So I saw a couple little pebbles, and I still have them put away in this closet. Like two little pebbles, like about like that. And so I went down like I was getting ready to tie my shoe. I just picked them up like real quick, snatched them up, and I still have them. And people were like, "That's bad luck, dude." They didn't tell me then, but this was like afterwards. So we went to No, I wasn't like I paid $50 to go in here and just not have to look at all the trash outside of it. Um, I'm trying to remember if I seen any trash. I don't know. I'm sure there probably is though. But I remember I took like these two little pebbles from that were in there, like little stone pebbles. And so after we left there, we went to see the Sphinx, which was cool. You know, get your picture with it in the background and you doing something stupid to it in the foreground or something. People did it all the time, I guess. And it's big, but it's not as big as that you would see it on TV, like think it would be. But it's pretty good size. Um, I don't have that thing out, but I bought. I have a lot on that shelf. No, it's over there. It's in there. Hang on, let me grab that real quick. If I can get this thing out of here. Books are holding it. I remember I bought this thing over there. It's about this big. Not it, but this. It's got a little bit of weight to it. But I remember buying this thing when I was there. And it's if you look at the front of it, the middle pyramid's directly behind it. Okay, that's the one we went in. The bigger, it's like the bigger one or whatever. So after that, we went down to Cairo across the bridge, the Nile. You go across the Nile, and I was like on the bus, and I'm like, okay, which way is north? And I'm like, it's flowing north. I'd actually seen it flowing north with my own eyes, so it flows north. Uh, then we went to a place to buy souvenirs. I bought a little scarab thingy because I said I, I said Sphinx. Sphinx. I didn't say Sphinx, did I? I said Sphinx. Maybe it just came across like Sphinx, but I know it's Sphinx. See, I almost messed it up there. Sphinx. Okay. But that's just our American accent you're hearing. I don't know. I said Sphinx. But anyway, as soon as I will be going to Turkey, Egypt, and Greece from mid-April to early June next year. Oh, that's cool. Have you been to Turkey? Like, have you been to those places already? Like, are you going back to them again, or is that going to be new? Or you said you were in. Let's see. You said you were. I think you said you were already in Egypt. Could be wrong. So we went to. They took us to, of all places, they took us to eat was the Hard Rock Cafe, right along the water there. I was like, really? I mean, I've been to plenty of Hard Rock cafes to eat. The food's the same, and all around the world, wherever you go. But and I was nervous too. We get in the streets, and we had like undercover, um, like guards on the bus with us and everything. So yeah, but oh, guys, sorry. Ugh. So, not trying to sit here and yawn on my stream, but um. Oh, you wrote it. I thought you said I said sinks. Sorry. I'm like totally taking it all like. I know you were making fun. You're correcting your mistake. But I don't know if I could have said sinks when I was messing up my words there. I went to Turkey and see, and I'm not even paying attention who wrote that either. Wow. Silver Creek. Okay, you wrote that. I don't know why I was thinking Mark wrote me that. I'm not even looking at the thing next to it. Let's see. But anyway, it's all good, dude. I went to Turkey in 2015 for the sanitary. Oh, of Anzac. Okay, landing at. Okay, cool, cool. That's neat. My phone's blowing up here. Oh, but I got more. I got a lot more stories, man. But think I think what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to cut it short. I got things I gotta start getting done today, and I keep yawning on here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take off, guys, and I will catch you guys on other streams. Time went pretty quick though. Been on an hour and a half, just about already. But dude from Texas, we say words funny all the time. You're not making fun. I know you're not making fun of me, dude. Um, no, what it was I wasn't paying attention who wrote that, and I thought like for some reason I thought Mark wrote that. I don't know why, because I was looking at his back and forth between yours and his on chat, and I don't know why I thought he wrote that, thinking that I said Sinks instead of Sphinx, and here I thought that maybe that's what our accents sound. I don't know. Let's not get into it. It's all good. um, that's another reason why I need to go, because I need to get my brain functioning and doing other normal life things outside of this room. But thanks for the stream between us. I think we have covered the globe. We almost covered the globe. Okay. There is still more I could sit here and talk about, which I bring up on other streams. I got like sea stories and stuff. Um, okay, Silver Queef. Oh man! All right, guys. So I'm gonna take off, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Don't do too much Sunday, but yeah. And I will see you guys later on. Thanks for stopping by.